Hello, this is Jaden Rizvi with Gooseneck Implement, and in this video I'm going to be showing you how to create a boundary from a previous coverage in Operations Center. In your Operations Center, if you go to Setup on the top left and click on Land in the drop-down, it'll bring you to the Land page, and once you're in the Land page, if you click Add on the top right, click on Boundary. Then for how would you like to create your boundary, click on From Previous Operation and click Next. Now that'll bring you to a page here where you can see your field names, client and farm names. It'll tell you if there's any previous operations in the right side to make a boundary from, and it'll tell you if you already do have a boundary for the fields that you select. So in this case, I don't have any boundaries for these fields. If I click on this box right below the search bar, kind of on the top left here, put a check mark in that, that selects all my fields, which tells me that these are the fields that I want to make a boundary for. Once I have all those fields selected, I'll click Next. There's a couple filters on the left side here. The first one here is select the date range. So this is going to say from 2021 to 2026, it's going to ask what type of operation I want to find, and that's the date range that it's looking for. So in this case, I want to make my boundaries from seeding, from most recent seeding. So if I click on that option 1 and click most recent seeding, it'll bring up all my fields and the boundary that it's going to create based off of that seeding if it finds any seeding data in my operations center. Still on the left side there's some more settings that I'd like to point out. This toggle switch for set active boundary, that's saying once I save these boundaries, it's going to make them my active boundary. And what that means is your active boundary is what you see in Op Center on the web or mobile. That's the boundary that you're going to see associated as active for that field. And include interiors. There's a couple of use cases for this. I want to include interiors since I'm making it off of seeding. So I want to know my internal boundaries or wet spots or rock piles, whatever. You could uncheck mark that though if you just wanted to make a border on the outside of your field. If you didn't want any interiors, just going around the border, you would toggle that off. Minimum exterior size here. I don't use that one too often. If you do have maybe some documentation where it recorded little bits outside of the actual field, you can use that and fine tune it. This minimum interior size, I use that one quite a bit. I usually set it as 0.05, and what that'll do is take away any interiors less than 0.05, so it doesn't make a bunch of interiors. For example, highline poles or maybe section control, some issues you might have had there where it shows it didn't actually record coming in or out of the headlands. That 0.05 for minimum interior size is a nice option to put in there just to get rid of some of that extra. So now that I have all my filters set how I want to, it goes in batches of 12. So right now there's 12 fields available. If I click save on that, so I save 12 at a time. Now there's 12 new fields that show up. You can look through them. You can change the operation if you need, or you can click save. So in this case, I had 23 fields total. I saved the first 12, and now I have the option to save the next 11. Again, you'll just keep saving in batches of 12 until you run out of fields with operational data in them. I'll save the rest of them, and then it will show you all your boundaries there, the fields with the boundaries. But once you do that, you'll have all your boundaries saved here. If you want to export them, you can click on the box on the top left there, so all of them are selected. Click export. export as a PDF and list your boundary shapes, and then you can download a report. Now, once that report is downloaded, you'll be able to see your exterior and your interior boundaries and actually get a total workable area that is your actual acres without overlap. Thank you for watching.